said to be born twice. One, when it is a biological birth, and second, when he finds his identity. I found my identity at Bangalore, when for the very first time I stepped out of my home from a protective shield to a place that is pretty far off to do an MBA. Those 2.6 years of my life have been a phenomenal phase wherein it has drastically changed the person that I have been or the people that have known me. It made a marked difference to the attitude, to my demeanor, my expression and my esteem. A large part of my life went by in loathing the circumstances and the incapability to decide what I needed to be in my life. I also remember that as a child, I feared mathematics to the point of being a borderline hopeless case. Little did I do anything to strive to overcome it. And what I remember is I saw Manjeet Singh mathematics in 9th standard just to qualify the science mark. First semester MBA, all 3 internal tests, and I realized I topped the statistics class. I tell myself, hang on girl, the others are preparing for the marathon, and bang, the university exams tell, yes they were. Second semester, I went on preparing operations research because I found that pretty much close to engineering, being one. The results here tell 3/4 of the class flunks and I dropped the section. This time I'm smiling to myself and I tell myself, how come you among all people have walked the cake in a perfect set? The difference between the two worlds was this, that the amount of hard work put to it and the passion set to it is what made it different. There is no magic formula of scoring high without slogging for anything, though I'm still jealous of my younger brother who simply read maths and scored high. Back as a memory for 8th standard, I remember being asked to recite the thought for the day for the assembly. The front row people, they could see my trembling hands and legs and the quiver in the voice. Perhaps just once more I recited the news in the assembly. That was the entire school life that went off as a public speaker. Second semester MBA, that is the first time I faced my stress interview. The members in the room were 7:1. I had unimaginable palpitation going through my mind, the nervousness, and the first question that they asked me, the way I answer, they tell me, girl, you're dead nervous. Gulping hard, I managed to say, no, I'm not. I savored grapes yesterday night, which resulted to a hoarse voice. So this is how I managed to say something that I didn't really intend. Later on, when I evaluated how I did back then, I realized what an amazing confidence while hiding the truth that I was dead scared with it. The team went to become the winners of the event. There have been other instances in my life that have changed it completely. Like example, at home it was a very protective environment. As far as I remember, I've always got chauffeur-driven cars to take me around. But being at Bangalore, things were different. During my interns period, commuting to and fro to the location where the office is placed by an auto covering 12 kilometers at one go means a costly affair. I decided let me try out on the public commutation mode. But I couldn't muster enough courage to board them, to face a non-Hindi crowd. One such days, which I decided to venture out and see how it goes, I asked one of the ladies around whether, what is the bus number that happens to go to this place. She exclaimed, that just left 2 minutes ago. In back of my mind, I have been working, let me abandon my plans for today, let me try it the next time. And just then I realized this lady, she pulls my hand and shows me into the bus. Clueless and full of apprehensions, I look onto her face. And she advises better learn Kannada. It would help you understand the ways of the city. More than that, she announces or she introduces herself as Jyoti, and she gets down along with me at a bus station. And I'm like, why have you gotten on? She only declares then that the bus would take her straight to the place where she wanted to go. But just because I was a non-Kannada speaker, she decided to help me. She told me a list of bus numbers that would go to the place. And thanks to Jyoti, ever since then, I have travelled by buses, and even today, I do not hesitate to board a public commutation. My first exposure to event management was in the due course of MBA, the final stages. The juniors were organizing a fest, and there was nobody to head the HR event. One of my batchmates, she openly declared that since she is in heading it, the event is going to be doomed. A few non-HR friends who helped with the logistics, an excellent team of 11 juniors, and a very patient and encouraging senior is all that it took to become the talk of the town. I received hate mails from cultural committees and the main event handlers asking whether was it a college fest or a pure HR event. Post the event, the entire team did an exercise wherein as anonymous writers, we are asked to point out the grey and the green areas of people. That very day, when I went home, I understood I was a changed individual. The paradox was that the 5 years down the line before an MBA and post an MBA, there were two different individuals standing on the front line. From a person who had no idea what she wants to do or where she wants to head to 15 years later whenever somebody popped up that question, to today when I foresee myself as a passionate HR person and a passionate person for something that has got to do with personal growth and learning, I think I've come a far way. I've got a dream set for myself 15 years down the line, which is a question which everybody wants to listen to. I have a dream when I know I would be living to my terms. I know I would be helping the society in some way or the other. I would be helping young students, the unfortunate and the poor. And to sum up the lines, how my life has been until then, I would be quoting Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.